In this tutorial, we're going to go over LeetCode 2455, average value of even numbers that are divisible by 3. Now this question asks, given an integer array nums of positive integers, return the average value of all integers that are divisible by 3. Note that the average of n elements is the sum of n elements divided by n, rounded down to the nearest integer. Now, emphasis on this rounded down part, as that's going to be important in our last part of our function. So we can see here it's giving input nums 1, 3, 6, 10, 12, and 15, and it's giving us 9. 6 and 12 are even numbers that are divisible by 3. So keep in mind that 3 wasn't in this. That's going to be our hint to a large portion of the coding. Now we're going to come over and we're going to create our first list comprehension vals. Now what this is going to do is it's going to try and get rid of any values that aren't even and divisible by 3. So we're going to do I for I in nums if I, and you would think to do 3 here, but in this case, as I said, 3 is not included. So in this case, we could do 3 times 2, which is going to be 6. That's going to be our value here, as it is both divisible by 3 and even. Now we're going to set this equal to 0 to essentially just filter out anything that's not divisible. Now, all we have to do from here is just return some vals. As to get a mean, you're going to need to take the sum of all the values, and we're going to divide this by the length of vals. Let's also remember that in this second case, there's no single number that satisfies the requirement, so return 0. We're also going to have if vals else 0. This will help us in cases of running an error, and we'll see this in case 2. So we can come up and we can run this, and you can see our first test case worked, and our second test case also worked because of this. Now we can submit, and you can see this is actually a very strong answer, as it beats 100% in terms of runtime and 98% in terms of memory. Now that's how you can do LeetCode 2455, average value of even numbers that are divisible by 3. Feel free to leave any questions or comments down below or any other future problems you'd like to see me solve, and I hope that helps.